Hey everybody, what's going on, guys? Hello YouTube, hello Facebook. Welcome to Jet Central. Got my Mark Sanchez tee on here. We're gonna break into my week 2 picks here. My picks for the upcoming week, football teams that I actually think are gonna win. Before I start off the video, please comment. Please comment, subscribe if you're on YouTube, comment if you're on Facebook, comment if you're on YouTube. You don't think I'm covering your team? You want to talk about your team? You want to talk about whatever you want to talk about? Go ahead and comment. You want to drop me a little message in my inbox? Go ahead and do that. I get millions of them anyway. I'll read them and I'll respond sometimes. Sometimes I try to implement things that people think I should have in my videos. Go ahead and you know, let me know. So let's start off with these week 2 picks here. I actually picked Detroit over Kansas City. I think Detroit can solidly go in there and really disrupt whatever Kansas City thinks they're going to be doing. Charlie Weiss is no longer calling plays in Kansas City. He actually got out of there. He hates Todd Haley, which is the head coach of Kansas City. Todd Haley used to be the offensive coordinator for Arizona. That year they went to the Super Bowl when you had Kurt Warner, Steve Breston, Anquan Bolden, and Larry Fitzgerald, and they were just throwing the football all around and just outscoring people. Well, Charlie Weiss said, you know what, I'm tired of dealing with you and I want you gone. Ever since Charlie Weiss has left that team, that offense has just been in disarray. I thought that they would fix that this year, but for some reason, Todd Haley's calling the offensive plays here, and he thinks that he has the same offense that he did in Arizona, and let me tell you, you don't. He has no clue what he's doing. He doesn't run the ball. And let me tell you something. If you go in there and try to throw the ball against Detroit, their secondary is not great, but I tell you what, that front seven will absolutely get after you. They were very disruptive against the Patriots. Niam Dasu and those 2 ends they have there, and that rookie D tackle they just picked up, they will get after you and blow you up. And Matt Castle is definitely going to need a bucket of ice after that game. Oakland at Buffalo. I took Buffalo. I know that Oakland has a stout defense, but I can't trust Oakland because Oakland is not disciplined. And I think that Buffalo, to me, is a little bit underrated. I didn't choose Buffalo last week, and I could kick myself in the face for not doing that because Ryan Fitzpatrick is not a great quarterback in this league. He's not great, but he's decent, and he's got moxie. This guy knows his offense, he knows his playbook, he knows his players, and he knows what he needs to do in clutch situations, okay? Stevie Jackson is an emerging wide receiver in this league, and a guy that I honestly think is getting to that point where he's going to demand double coverage. They have a solid running game. The only thing I question about the Buffalo Bills is, can you stop the run, Buffalo? Can you get it together? But honestly, that's all they have to do against Oakland because Oakland has no receivers. All you have to do against Oakland is put 8 in the box and dare them to throw. Who are they throwing to? Darius Hayward-Bay? Oh, a first-round bust? I have no problem with you throwing the ball to him. The Oakland Raiders average the most drops in the entire NFL game in a football game in the entire NFL right now. I think they average like 8 or 9 drops a game. You got to be kidding me. Yes, I'm going to stack the box against you, Oakland. So I mean, I'm taking Buffalo in that game, but I'm saying, you know, Oakland's got to get it together. Tampa Bay and Minnesota, I've taken Tampa Bay. Josh Freeman on the road in Minnesota. Donovan McNabb, this offense in Minnesota is just not going to work. Outside of Adrian Peterson and Percy Harvin, they don't have anybody there. And that offensive line is aging too. They lost Brian McKinney. He was out of shape. So they got a new tackle coming in. And I think that Tampa Bay can just absolutely come in there and finally get a win. Run the ball tough. Aqib Talib's on defense. So whoever, Percy Harvin's pretty much going to be gone in week 2 because Aqib Talib is a great corner in this league, let me tell you. And I really think that Josh Freeman can really come in there and get it done. Chicago against New Orleans. My prayers are with Brian Urlacher. He just lost his mother. I'm praying for you, and I hope you know, all is well with you, Brian. But I tell you what, Drew Brees is going to come in there and blow the gym doors off this place. If last week he threw for 419 yards, Chicago's got to come in there and match that. And I don't think they have the offense to do that. Roy Williams, Roy Williams and those other receivers, Johnny Knox and whoever else they have there, I just don't think that they have enough to keep up with New Orleans. And the absolute surgical precision that Drew Brees can handle this team with, and what he's going to do with the football is it's going to be precise, and I'm telling you, it's going to be surgical, and it's just going to be ridiculous. And I think New Orleans get the job done. Baltimore at Tennessee, I mean, come on. Outside of Kenny Britt, Tennessee really doesn't have anything else. We're going to stack the box. Chris Johnson hasn't showed us anything from week 1, and I don't necessarily think he's all the way there yet as far as his physical condition, because he sat out not only just the lockout, but he held out for a new contract. And I just don't think that Tennessee has what it takes to beat Baltimore. Baltimore is just ferocious. But Kenny Britt is a great receiver for Tennessee, and he may have a decent game, but outside of that, nothing else. Cleveland and Indy. Listen, Cleveland, I took you last week, okay? And you lied to me, Cleveland. You got beat by Cincinnati, but I tell you what, Indy is garbage. They don't really have anything. That offense is cold trash. And I think that if Cleveland comes in there and just plays decently and holds them and is able to wear that or run the ball against that small, light defense that the Indianapolis Colts have, I think they can end up winning this game. If you just score at least 14 points against the Colts, it's hard for them to come back. They're just not a team that's ready. Everything with the Colts is built around Peyton Manning. Peyton's gone, and this team is just in disarray. Take advantage, Cleveland. Do not let them do what Cincinnati did to you, Cleveland. Get a win. God. Jacksonville at the Jets. I'm not saying this just because I'm a Jets fan, but I'm taking the Jets here. I don't think that Jacksonville has what it takes. Luke McNown is going to face blitzes that he's never seen before. Darrelle Revis is going to absolutely take away whatever receivers that they have. My problem with Jacksonville is they have no receiving threats outside of Mercedes Lewis, who is a great tight end. Came from Poly. Everybody in Long Beach should know him. He's a great tight end now. He's emerged, and he's in that good tight end category. And he may be able to make plays, but I think that we have the safeties. We're not going to necessarily contain Mercedes, but I think if all you have is one tight end, then you don't have much at all. Outside of Mercedes, there's no receiving threat. As long as we make sure we keep Maurice Jones-Drew in check and don't let him just run all over the field, which I don't think is going to happen, we can win this game handily. I don't think Jacksonville really has anything on defense that's going to stop us or really halt anything we're going to do on offense. So I'm definitely taking the Jets against Jacksonville. Seattle at Pittsburgh. I'm taking Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh last week absolutely got dismantled by the Baltimore Ravens. This is not the Baltimore Ravens. This is Seattle Seahawks. Get in there and get a win, Pittsburgh. Get it done. Arizona against Washington. I'm taking Washington. Arizona just has no defense. That was a nice win last week against the Carolina Panthers, but realistically, you only beat the Panthers by 7. Washington's coming in there. Rex Grossman is saying, I'm all about business. I'm bringing my briefcase, and we're going to open up on you. So I think Washington can take that game. Green Bay against Carolina. Come on, Carolina. It's Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers is going to roll in there, put up about 600, 700 yards of offense up on you, and get on the plane. They'll probably be up by 35 before they even step off the plane. Let's be serious. It's Carolina. Dallas versus San Francisco. This game is one of the games that I think you're going to have to rack your brain about. I am taking Dallas, and I know people are going, Joe, it's a candlestick. Joe, it's San Francisco. Let me tell you something. If Terrence Newman comes out and he's actually playing, Jenkins can actually shut down Braylon Edwards. Braylon Edwards used to play for the Jets. I don't know if Braylon Edwards is a realistic playmaker. Can he catch the ball? We're still asking these questions. I know if Frank Gore gets off, maybe, but you know what? Felix Jones, Dez Bryant, Miles Austin, Jason Witten, that's what the Dallas Cowboys are going to bring to the 49ers. And I don't think the Niners have anybody on defense that can stop. I mean, outside of Patrick Willis, they don't have any corners. I don't think there's anybody on the San Francisco 49ers roster that can stop Dez Bryant or Miles Austin. As long as Tony Romo isn't dependent on taking the game over and winning the game in the fourth quarter, in which I don't think it'll really be that much of a close game, I think Dallas takes this game. Feel how you want to feel, Frank. Hey, say whatever you want to say. Comment. San Diego versus New England. I took New England. The game's in New England, and you know what? I think San Diego was a great team, but I just think that it's Tom Brady, and you're in New England. They're going to screw you. If it's even close, they're going to screw you over, and they probably already have tape of you guys somewhere. So, I mean, you say whatever you want to say, New England fans. Shots fired. Houston at Miami. I'm taking Houston. I think Miami's a great team, but you know what? They just gave up 517 yards. And Houston's coming there with a stellar offense with Andre Johnson. And Adrian Foster should be healthy. And Ben Tate's going to come in there too. And let me tell you, they have a good tight end also. And Matt Schaub's coming in there, and he's just licking his chops. So I took Houston. Denver At Cincinnati, I took Denver. I know they took a loss last week, took an L, but I think Kyle Orton's going to bounce back. This is Cincinnati. You know, they're a team full of rookies. They're going to take their bumps. And I think this is a bump at Denver. And I think Denver needs to get on this winning trail because after this, Denver's schedule just gets really hard. No homo. Gets very difficult throughout the rest of the season. These are the first two games are two, games that you guys could win. Take this game from Cincinnati, Denver. Philadelphia at Atlanta. I'm taking Philly. I think Michael Vick is going to come in there and do what he does. Atlanta doesn't have Jason Babineau starting this game. He's injured. And I don't know if Matt Ryan is really ready. He was fumbling and bumbling against the Bears last week. Asante Samuels, DRC, and Nnamdi Asomugha is coming in this week. These are three stellar corners. If you were fumbling and bumbling against the Bears, let me tell you, you go ahead and try to throw this ball against the Philadelphia Eagles and throw a bunch of picks this week, Matt Ryan. Go ahead and do what you do. I'm also taking the New York Giants against the St. Louis Rams. I'm taking the Giants. I just think that this is where the Giants are going to come in and say, you know what, we need to win a game. Power running game is what I think the Giants are going to win this with. I'm not saying that St. Louis can't get it done. I'm just saying that Bradford is injured. They also have Amendola, one of their leading receivers. He's injured also. And they have another corner that's going to be injured. I don't think any of these guys are going to start. So I'm saying that St. Louis might roll in there with a backup quarterback, a backup wide receiver starting at number one, and a backup corner. And I just think that the Giants and Eli Manning are going to come in there and say, you know what, boom, we're just going to run the ball. We're going to, throw some cool little screens or do whatever we do, and we're going to get out of here. I think the Giants score 17 points. I think St. Louis scores 10. I think the Giants take it. Comment. Let me know what you guys think about my picks. Welcome to Jet Central again every Tuesday and Thursday, guys. It's Mark Sanchez. Baby. It's the Sanchez. Every Tuesday and Thursday, I'll be posting videos. Comment. Like. Subscribe, guys. Welcome to Jets TV, and it's been real. Peace.